And somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
No, but could you imagine if I said just a small fraction of the mistakes he makes, which are unbelievable, every speech?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. Tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday. All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other guy. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont? One of these, the only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people.
No,
my point is,
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected. First African-American. So my point is, well, I'm looking forward to appointing the first African-American woman to the United States Senate. Not. You had people like you had people like the former chairman and leader of the party in Germany. Go to Joe 30330. Watch what happened when those kids from Parkland came up to see me when I was vice president. They went into and some of you covered it. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear word. The president my friend from Vermont thinks. I've been involved from the beginning as a young congressman, as a young councilman. And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. I'm the only guy that's beaten the NRA, and my state is a big gun-owning state because of hunting. I'm the only guy that's beaten them twice. I got assault weapons banned for 10 years. It had to be reauthorized because of hanging chads in Florida. The last president said, no, I'm not going to reauthorize it. And the court said, well, you don't have executive authority to do that on our own. And we did that in 1976. And, it was struck, 2000. Backing up here. 2014 when we did that. And they struck it down. In Venezuela right now, what are we doing? We're being irresponsible. I'm the guy that put together Plan Colombia. Straightened that government out for a long while. Now what's happening? Millions of people are crossing the border, destabilizing Bolivia. Already destabilizing the Amazon, but, Brazil.
They don't call Super Tuesday for nothing. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me.
I'm here. I give them my private phone number. They keep in touch with me. A little kid who says, I can't talk. What do I do? I can't talk. I came back from South Africa trying to see Nelson Mandela and getting arrested for trying to see him on Robben Island. He was in prison. I had the great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto trying to get to see him on Robben Island.
Your campaign has come out since and said, no, you were separated from other people at the airport, but you did say arrest three times. Why?
I said arrested. I meant I was not able to move. Cops, Afrikaners would not let me go with them, made me stay where I was. I guess I wasn't arrested. I was stopped.
South Carolina, though, was your firewall.
You said it, my firewall. I've never said it.
The campaign has said it's your firewall.
That's not fire. I said I'm going to do well there.
Biden just said, I've never said that South Carolina was his firewall. Is that true?
And I think I have a real firewall in South Carolina. 150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. More than all the wars, including Vietnam, from that point on. Carnage on our street. And I want to tell you, if I'm elected and I'm coming for you and gun manufacturers, I'm going to take you on and I'm going to beat you. I'm the only one who's done it.
Actually said the other night, I was watching him when he said about half the population wiped out with guns. I said, that's a horrible thing. That's the end of his evening. That's the end of his political career. And then after the debate, they're reviewing him. They said, Joe Biden had a great night last night.
Commitment that I'm going to do everything in my power, in office or out of office, to get those assault weapons off the street, which I've done once already, and to get those clips that have multiple bullets in them. Not where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over if you like what you see.
North Carolina has the highest eviction rate. The highest eviction rate of any state, of any place in the country.
I was one of the first people to support Harry for being the majority leader, and before that, the whip in the Democratic House, the Democratic Senate. It would put 720 million women back in the workforce. It would increase the GDP, to sound like a wonk here, by about 0.8%. It would grow the economy. Sometimes I wake up and I think it's 1920. I provide for the opportunity for first-time home buyers to be able to have a 15,000 home buyer. Look at the promise was made. Look what's happening now. I was growing. I was moving. I'm going to make sure that we rejoin the Paris Peace Accord on day one, and I'm going to announce within the first 100 days, those 173 nations are going to come and meet in Washington, D.C.